speaking to you of my morning, you know,
Right.
the cat threw. I mean, I had my timing done. I had to get there. Everything just seemed to come blocking in the way. You know, this happened, that happened. I didn't get. I got late start because the cat threw. I'm just blah blah blah. And you're saying
that all that happened for a reason, so that you wouldn't come in with you didn't have the time to create a preconceived idea in your mind about what you should be doing or saying. So it allowed things to just happen freely the way they should.
the way they should happen. And the way we get rid of the planner is to who's planning or who's trying to think, who's trying to ask questions or think of the right way to.
Yeah.
We're gonna get a program of me just being so dense here. And you're in constant questioning.
What?
Are you in constant questioning?
Oh
Who's
God,
having
no,
thoughts?
that would drive me crazy.
You only go into question when something's jiggling in front of you, or
When a
you
thought
bought in
comes
something.
up, then hopefully in time I attack it before it goes too far, and destroy it. Yeah.
So it's in catching the thinking.
Yeah, yeah. Catch them little buggers as they come out of the hole, like and shoot them. Yeah. Seriously, it's like having a castle with a small door, and the enemy comes through one at a time, and you knock them off one at a time. So as thoughts rise, you knock them off one at a time. In the beginning, you think it's totally fruitless, and this isn't going to end, but finally you kill them all.
Oh, there's great spaces in my life because I catch them now as they're coming up. Just, you know, here it comes, boom, I catch it. I can't do it all the time, but yeah.
Why not?
I can't. The little suckers are slippery.
Yeah.
They're in there, and suddenly my mind is trailing down the road after something. It's like, whoa, stop.
Yeah, and the recognition is the blessing. That's, you know, you're blessed if you can recognize it and then stop it. Most people just let them drive them crazy.
It's just,
I mean, in our profession, how many people have you seen that drive themselves totally insane over broken hearts?
oh,
Constantly.
I
They're
mean,
just people that want to
that's
die.
That's why they come to us, because they got a broken heart.
I can't count the number of married women I talk to that are in love with somebody else, and they just die, and this guy won't call them. I don't get it. Well, I do get it, but I don't get why they keep suffering. And this goes on for like 5, 6 years. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And all they do is get sick.
Yeah, they make themselves sick over
Totally.
this.
Wanting something other than how it is.
What do you tell them? Grow up?
All depends on who I'm dealing with. Most of them, there's no sense talking to them. It's just wasting your time. You just answer their questions and move on and bless them, and just, you know, that's how I pay my bills.
Okay.
You try to help if you can, but you don't impose your thoughts on them and your way of life on them.
You just give whatever comes to you to say to them.
I just let what rips like this. Just whatever questions come up, I deal with them then. They're not. I don't think about them beforehand or after.
Because I know your particular style of doing readings is using the runes, which means they choose 3 or 4 runes.
Yeah.
And in that, the answers that you give come from the information on the runes.
I read the runes.
You read the runes.
Yeah.
And so whatever you feel necessary, forgive me. The runes give you the signal.
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah. They're very linear and they're very powerful. And they help a lot.
I'm going to step way on the edge of a branch here.
Cool.
I lose my head. Okay. I've picked 4 runes, and I'm sitting in front of you, and they're there.
Yeah, you wouldn't pick 4. I wouldn't allow it.
3?
Yeah.
Okay, 3 runes.
Yeah. Erda Verdandi School.
Who?
Erda Verdandi School.
Okay, only 3 runes are picked.
Those are the norms.
The norms. I'm not
The
gonna
gods are scared of these girls. All respect to them.
What?
Huh?
What did you say?
The norns, the fates.
The fates.
Erda Verdandi School was, is, kind of will be. It's not past, present, and future. It's kind of past, present, and well, you know.
Maybe it's getting ready to happen.
Yeah. The maid, mother, and crow.
Okay, maid, mother, and crow. Okay.
Yes. And they dwell at the base of Yggdrasil, the world tree, and every day they dig mud out of the well of the weird, and they smear it on the roots of the trees, which is, the runes have meanings upon meanings upon meanings. You contact the Norns and they open all the doors. So I like goddesses, they work really good for you. Gods, they just, I know you can do it on your own. Goddesses, I'm your mother, come on, I'll give you whatever you want. Seriously. You deal with gods and, you know, they'll stand behind you. You deal with goddesses, they're your mother, and they'll just, you treat them like Ma and they'll give you everything just to shut you up.
So as I'm sitting here with my the three rooms I picked in front of me, is that the information that comes through to you, is that coming from God?
Comes from something, I don't know, it's just like it's actually Dumbo's feather.
Dumbo's feather.
All psychics do everything the same way, and everybody's psychic. To what extent is how much they practice. Not everybody's a virtuoso like Mozart with a piano, but anybody can do it. And so the more you practice, the more you get in tune with the whole thing.
And the more the whole thing speaks to you, to that person.
You just go with the first thing that comes to your head, and you don't let your mind interfere with it, and that's pristine. And the mind goes, you just made that up, you're a fraud, and as long as it's doing that, you're doing good. When your mind says you're a good psychic, you suck.
Okay.
Seriously.
Seriously.
All psychics are just totally astounded when people come back and tell them what you told me happened, because they just think it's the funniest thing they ever heard. I do. It's hysterical.
It's sort of shocking to me.
Yeah, I think it's funny.
But you said it happens, like, oh my God.
Yeah, I find it funny.
Yeah.
I find all life funny. It's just hysterical. It doesn't make any sense, and it's funny.
What is
Or terribly sad. I cried a long time, now I laugh.
What is our function in this game? Oh God, wrong question. But
To do your bit. It's your dharma, to leave the planet in a better condition than when you came into it. That's your duty.
that's
Dharma.
my duty. Dharma.
Yeah.
Is that everybody's duty, or just
Yeah.
to leave the planet in better shape than we found it?
Yeah. Come into a room and try to leave it in a better condition for the next person that comes into it. Always try to better existence. Little ways, big ways, doesn't matter. Just try to make life more comfortable for other human beings.
That's sort of what our job is, in a way. Make life more comfortable for these people that don't understand why.
Some of them it's just taking their money.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they won't listen anyway. And they want to hear what they want to hear, and they throw a fit. So what are you going to do?
You just let them throw the fit?
Yeah, why not? It's their buck.
Okay. But all the meantime, you know, God's just being and coming and going. Not coming and going, no, it just is.
Oh, really?
Oh, God. What did you say?
Yeah. So you work on God's schedule, do you?
No.
You understand the mind of God, do you?
No.
Stay there. You're
I
more
don't even,
comfortable.
I don't even try to contemplate to understand
Good.
the mind of God.
Good.
Because that's just,
Oh, yeah.
I've taken enough hits. No. You think you understand the mind of God, it's like a truck's just waiting to roll over you. That's been my experience.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any questions, Ms. Campbell?
I do not.
She has no question.
She has no
She's
The question is, I don't know how to ask the question. Everything that he said makes complete and perfect sense to me.
Mhm.
But as a human being standing here, I don't know how you get there. You know, I don't know how you stop your mind from doing the things that it does.
By asking yourself, who's thinking this? I am. Who am I? And that who am I, the investigating into who am I, gives the mind a respite. A small one. And the more you do it, the more respite it gets, and then finally thinking stops entirely. I used to really firmly believe that everybody lied to me when the goal of yoga was to stop thinking, because the more you try to stop thinking, the more you think. It's nuts.
Yeah.
and through vichara, which this is you know, it's not throwing flowers at God's feet. It's not crucifying yourself. It's not anything. It's an actual investigation into the nature of your own being. And people refuse to do this. They tell you everything, and you ask them, who are you? They have no idea who the hell they are. Nobody does. And if they just investigate that, they'd find great peace. And basically that's the basis of all religions. You can skip all the ritual and all the sanctimonious garbage, and it boils down to this consciousness that manifests itself as us, and investigate it. Follow it to its source, and at that source you'll find God.
I can testify that when I started inquiring, like
She's
I said,
testified! Praise! Never mind.
I started catching them as popping up, and it made life much, much easier. Now, I'm not an expert at it, probably will never be, but truthfully, I mean, who's thinking this thought? I bet about 100 times a day at least. You know, something negative crosses my mind. Who's having this thought? What is it?
It's a way to give yourself some peace in this world.
Yeah, it does give you peace in this world. So give it a try.
And
It
give
really
you some
works.
control over it, that it's not beating you up.
And I used to get upset. Well, I'm going to spend all my time doing that, and I suddenly realized, what else have I got to do? Because seriously,
I like that. What else have I got to do?
You know?
That is pristine.
Serious, and it got better. Because what else have you got to do? It does make life more peaceful, more happy. So yeah, what else have you got to do? You don't have anything else to do.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah. So thank you guys for giving us one more shot. See you later.